Nerd is the new sexy.
I wanna be the very best.
No one ever was.
Catch them is my real test.
To train them is my cause.
Pokemon!
That was probably horrible.
Episode 32, everybody. Nerd is the new sexy. I'm Wildfire1 today. Today is a very special episode. We're back from God knows how long because we've had some technical difficulties. With me today is Gambit. Say hello, Gambit.
What up, my beautiful nerds?
With us, joining us again, are two other past guests that we've had. We have Grizzly. Grizzly, say hello.
What's going on?
And of course, the amazing Dred.
What's up?
So glad.
Grizzly, you sound like the old guy from Family Guy. I got the popsicles in my fridge.
You guys want a piece of candy?
Yeah.
Want to see my purple heart?
Well, there's so many topics we can go over, but we chose Pokemon Go.
Yes.
For many reasons, and Pokemon Go is a big thing right now. Everyone's going crazy. Hell, you can be in any town, no matter where you're at. There's people in the town square zombieing it up, looking for Pokemon, and I love it. I love it. It's the year of the nerd, motherfuckers. Okay, so we'll start with because Gambit has a little rant. I know he's waiting. He's just been waiting all day.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I submit to you a shitty-ass piece of fuck that should have never been made. Mind you, everything I'm about to say does not include Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck was the bomb. I love Ben Affleck, and I love Batfleck.
Because I was always against Batfleck, even to this day.
And I was always for it.
But go on.
Okay,
See, and I was middle ground. I was middle ground with Ben Affleck. I didn't know how he was actually gonna do with it. Okay, so I sit down and fuck, I might take up the entire podcast. All right, I'm gonna do this real quick. I'm gonna speed through this, so guys, don't distract me.
Take your time.
Here we go. So, first and foremost, it starts off like every other Batman movie that has Batman in it, with Batman's parents getting killed in the alleyway. Look, I understand it's a pivotal thing for Batman to understand that his parents got murdered in the streets of Gotham. But at this point in nerddom, there are maybe 2 children in Dubai that don't know Batman's parents were killed in an alley. We can leave it out of one movie. Like, we can leave it out of... Seriously. And then there's this sad moment where he's walking his flowers to the graveyard of his mom and dad, and then he takes off in true Batman style because he's a bitch, and he runs off, and he falls down the cavern. Hold on. And then he falls down the cavern, and then the bats scare him. Now, this is true to the canon and of all comic books. However, in this version, all of a sudden, the bats swarm around him and lift him up like Bat Jesus.
Bat Jesus!
Really? That's what happens? Because I have it sitting in my living room. I just haven't watched it yet.
I'm not even joking, dude. Bat Jesus. Now, Ben Affleck's voice chimes. Hashtag Bat Jesus. Ben Affleck's voice fades over and he says, "The bats took me off to the light, and it was all a dream because the light doesn't exist." Whatever. He says some weird line, and you understand. Oh, it's a dream sequence. Okay, that was unnecessary. The next hour of the movie was completely stupid, ridiculous, and unfucking necessary. Okay, I'm a little scatterbrained, so you have to give me a minute because my nerd anger is actually boiling at this point. So I'm gonna do one of the easiest things that nobody can argue with me on. I understand that all comic book movies, all of them, whether it be Batman, Green Arrow, whatever you want, I understand all this. The thing about the Justice League is Justice League has been around for a very long time. The original Justice League, Batman was in his prime, and he still had Robin. Robin eventually makes the Young Justice League, eventually making the Teen Titans, eventually making the Titans. And when he becomes the Titans, he actually becomes Nightwing. But I digress. But the point of that rant is, Batman is in his prime. In this movie, when you do the simple math, you look at his mother and father's graveyard. They died in 1981. He was 13 years old. 1981, you extrapolate the years to 2016, that puts Batman at 45 years old. There is also a scene in the movie where Batman walks by what looks to be a Robin outfit that says, "Ha ha ha, joke's on you," which references to the death of Jason Todd.
Exactly.
So clearly, Batman is in his 40s, which is way past his prime to even try to fight Superman. That's number one. This is geriatric Batman fighting, now, mind you, Ben Affleck looks good. He was in great shape in the movie. He even does he has an awesome Rocky montage where he's working out, which is super awesome. But then you get Lex Luthor, who is not Lex Luthor. If you fucking pay attention to the movie, he even outright says it. All right, so clearly he's working out. He's got this great Rocky montage, and now, granted, he's in good shape, and he's not like I'd say geriatric because he's not really geriatric, but he's 45 years old when you do the math. 45 years old. That's fucking old to take on Superman. However, in the comic books and Frank Miller's comic books, which was a great point brought up by Trent, is Frank Miller's Batman was in his 60s. He was in the only thing that I wish they would have put in from Frank Miller's Batman, I think Dred can confirm this, is that when he fought him, yes, he had the suit of armor, but he had awesome kryptonite gloves, which is how when he punched him, it wasn't like a gas that he sprayed on him. It was he punched him with the gloves. Now, here's the thing about Batman. Now, this is one of the things that I did like about the fight scenes. So I'm skipping way ahead. I love the fight scene because here's the thing about Superman. This is why I hate Superman, because Superman's a bitch. When Superman becomes mortal, when you give him kryptonite, or General Zod comes down to Earth, when you level the playing field with Superman, he can't fight, he's not all that smart, he's not brave, he has no weapons training, and that's what I love about Batman. He makes him mortal, and then just ninjas the shit out of him. Like, especially in this movie, Ben Affleck just loses his fucking mind on him. Lex Luthor is not Lex Luthor in this. He's actually Lex Luthor's son, and people came out of that movie going, oh, Lex Luthor, it was really young for this movie. It's his fucking son. They say it many fucking times in the movie. And on top of that, Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg played Lex Luthor Jr. as a mix between the Riddler and the Joker.
Yeah.
Like, he's crazy psychotic it was terrible. It was a terrible performance. I do like him as an actor, but it was just really unwell done. Now, the guy they had that play Superman, I don't know his name, and I don't give a fuck to know his name, so don't even tell me his name, because that motherfucker can't act his way out of a paper bag. His acting is so bad. I would rather watch Hayden Christensen do Shakespeare than watch this guy play Superman. It's fucking awful.
That's pretty bad.
Awful. Like, literally. This movie was fucking awful, and then one thing that really pisses me off, they have this moment where they show all the Justice League characters that they're going to put into the new Justice League movie. Now, for those of you who don't know, a small tidbit, the original 7 Justice League members, yes, there were 7, was Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, and Aquaman. Aquaman looks like a douchebag. The Flash looks like a teenage punk douchebag with long hair. It really pisses me off. And Cyborg is literally cut into pieces hanging on the wall. It's kind of disturbing, actually, when you first watch it. So they choosing to leave out Martian Manhunter and the Green Arrow and the Green Lantern, which I really don't kind of agree with, but we'll get to that sweaty ball sack later. This movie, I said it on Facebook, I've ranted about it. I wish I had the technology and the intelligence to build a time machine, go back in time, punch myself in the dick, and tell myself this is going to be more enjoyable than watching this movie.
Hey, Gambit, just real quick. Yeah, his name is Henry Seville, just in case you were wondering.
I don't give a fuck. Like, why did you tell me? Like, why did... The worst part about that, like, you just told me that guy's name, and now I gotta write him hate mail. Like, now I have to spend hours of my time writing...
And you're mad about this.
What is his name? Like, wait, what is his name? What is
Henry
his name
Seville.
Henry Seville.
Okay, Henry Seville, I hope you get Parkinson's.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
I hate you. I hate everything about you. I hope you... Oh, I just hate everything. Fucking hate!
Parkinson's, man.
That's pretty
This rant has been brought to you in part by civil rights. Please remember.
Now, on a serious note, because it's a rating, I gotta give it the nerd boners. This doesn't even deserve a nerd boner. It's not even a nerd twinge. It's a full-on floppy cock. I give it 1 flex twinge for Ben Affleck.
So you get a little bit of a chub for Ben Affleck, and that's it.
Like a little chub. Like a little and there's one thing that we didn't talk about. There's one thing we didn't talk about that I think that everybody can agree on is that this Batman, the reason why it's so good is not just Ben Affleck. It's not like I love Ben Affleck and I want to slob Ben Affleck's knob. It's the fact that he chose to do Frank Miller's Batman. And the biggest thing about this Batman is he was murking motherfuckers. He wasn't gently killing motherfuckers. He was like, there's one scene where he literally there's a dude with a machine gun shooting at his car. Which, by the way, his car is bulletproof. He didn't need to kill this guy. So he's shooting at a bulletproof car, and Batman's like, yeah, fuck this. And he literally lights the car up, the car explodes, and then he drives through the car. That guy is fucking dead. Dead.
So okay, you gave it your nerd boners. What is it again, Gambit?
It's a floppy cock with a twinge chub for Ben Affleck.
So
but not bad Jesus.
But okay, since you said your 2 cents, I think that Dredge had something to say Dredge, what would you rate this at least, and why?
All right, real quick, if I had to go with anything, I'd say that Ben Affleck literally was the only saving grace to that movie. His portrayal of Batman and the way that they followed Miller's universe was absolutely astounding. I'm so glad that it finally made it to the big screen. To be 100% honest with you, the dude that plays Superman, I don't think he needs to get Parkinson's. Maybe he could fall off a horse.
Never walk again!
But
Been there, done that. Happened to Superman.
the movie actually wasn't terrible. Any movie you see on the big screen, which I did, I went and saw it in theaters like I do every goddamn comic book movie because I'm
Cursed.
I just have to give them my money. Yeah, every one of them is better in theaters than it is in my living room. But it was a good movie in the sense that they showed something that I've always wanted to see. And the forming of the Justice League, you know what? I understand you being concerned that they don't show the other members of the Justice League, the Flash, Cyborg, and Aquaman are the only ones they really show. Now, there's a reason for that, in my opinion. Okay, Green Lantern will get his own setup film, and I don't think it's going to be Hal Jordan either. I think they're going to go with
they're going to go with the black
Green
Lantern. I forget his name.
I think they will. And I forget his name too off the top of my head.
We'll just call him Black Green Lantern.
God, hold on.
But I also think that the Martian Manhunter is another really cool story that hasn't legitimately been told on the big screen. I think that gives them a great opportunity to bring those two in as standalone films. All right. In addition, that one thing that you got wrong, Kryptonite Gauntlets was not the case. What really did it was actually Oliver Queen shows up and shoots Superman with a Kryptonite arrow.
That's right, actually, yeah, the Frank Miller's
Yeah, 1 out of 10. From 1 to 10, I would have to give it 3.5 nerd boners.
Okay. I don't know where you get the 0.5 from, but it works.
You got midget boner?
It would have been 4, but I lost half a chub over Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor.
Or his wannabe Lex Luthor, the son of Lex Luthor, or whatever you want to call him.
Which I think they should have made that a lot clearer. Now, I got that, and I understood that, but literally no one else I spoke to did. They thought it was, oh, that guy's a shitty Lex Luthor. Well, it wasn't Lex Luthor.
Well,
I'll be honest right now. If I had to pay money to see that, I would have gone to the director's house. I would have punched him in the dick with a batarang, and I would have been like, give me my money back, or at least half my money back, because Ben Affleck is awesome, but give me at least half my money back.
And my batarang.
And my batarang.
I'm going to need that back.
I'm definitely going to need that back.
We do have to touch base on one more thing regarding this. Has anybody seen the Justice League trailer? We see that the Flash cut his hair, right?
Better.
Oh, he did.
He looks actually decent in the trailer.
You know what? There's a perfect Flash. There's a perfect Flash right now when he plays on the CW.
I agree.
It's called the Flash.
I agree with that one.
However, that's Barry Allen. The Flash that we met in the Justice League trailer was Wally West.
They're using Wally West.
That's what I believe. I remember making a note in myself. That was Wally West, not.
Well, Wally West was also Kid Flash.
Wally West was Kid Flash. It also seems like that because these characters are older, perhaps in this universe they're skipping some of the earlier generations. For example, they skipped I think they're going to skip Hal Jordan's.
I mean,
so we'll go to the next one.
I'd skip it too. Nerd review on Batman vs Superman. Thank you, Gambit, and thank you, Dred, for that. And we'll move on to the main topic, which is Pokemon Go.
Pokemon.
We'll start. Go ahead, Gambit. You can go ahead and start us off on that.
So, for those of you living under a rock lately, Pokemon Go is the new cell phone wonderful creation by the creators of Pokemon, which goes back to the original Pokemon 151, technically. The original 151 Pokemon that came out in the series of Red, Blue, and Yellow. It is a download app. Now, the app runs on your GPS phone. And so now you literally are Ash Ketchum. You get to make your own avatar, so you can be Gambit, or don't be me, because nobody can beat me. Don't beat me.
I'm doing it.
Don't beat me. Anyways,
I'm gonna change it right now.
So you could be yourself, and the idea is that because of the GPS, you walk around, and you catch Pokemon. And the Pokemon are in the locations that they would normally be on Earth. So, for instance, your water-type Pokemons are going to be water. Your electric-type Pokemons are going to be near power plants and or power cables. Your ghost-type Pokemon are going to be
electricity, kids.
Right. So this is what's going on right now.
So again, you catch the Pokemon, you evolve them, everything's the same. Now the game itself is a little bit different than Red, Blue, and Yellow, obviously, when you're walking around. But there's little nuances that people don't understand. So first and foremost, when you open the game and you start going, you're going to catch the Pokemon. Unlike Red, Blue, and Yellow, you don't have to beat the living shit out of a Pokemon to catch the balls. It does kind of suck.
It does, yes.
Literally just throw the ball at them. Now, for those of you out there who don't know what the spin shot is, you can get extra XP by doing the spin shot. If you don't know how to do the spin shot, you take your finger on the ball, you spin it in a fast circle, and then you throw it normally, and it will curve, bend, and then land on the Pokemon, and it gives you extra XP. It's pretty sweet when you pull it off the first time.
So you're a Pokemon Go player, Gambit.
I'm level 17.
Okay.
As am I.
Yeah, I own the gym by my house. I'm a gym leader. I am Team Instinct. Go Team Yellow. So when you catch a Pokemon, what happens is you get two basic items. You're gonna get your Star Candy, or your Stardust. Stardust, and you're gonna get your Pokemon Candy. Now the Pokemon Candy are used for two things. Either A, you level up his CP, also known as his combat power, or you use the candies to evolve them with said number of candies. Every Pokemon has a different number of candies. Some, like Magikarp, are a real pain in the fucking ass. Magikarp is 400 fucking candies to evolve into Gyarados.
Magikarp is a pain in the ass in general.
If you don't want to level up your Pokemon, if you don't want to use your Stardust, if you don't want to really play the game, but you want a lot of Pokemon, you can do the third option. To catch more Pokemon, you go to these little areas called Pokestops. Pokestops are your local areas around that the game on the GPS decided to put as a place where you stop in from walking and you collect items. You can collect revive potions, raspberries. You can get both great balls and regular balls. You can get the eggs. Now, when you get the eggs, you put them in your incubator, and then you walk either 2 kilometers, which I hate the fact that it's in kilometers. This is America. America. So it's either 2 kilometers, 5 kilometers, or 10 kilometers. You walk that said distance, and when you walk said distance, it goes, oh my, and then you hatch a fucking egg, and then congratulations, you have a fucking Pokemon. So that's basically the basic rundown of said game.
The one thing that I could say is awesome about the game Pokemon Go is that America is full of a bunch of fat asses, myself included, and it actually encourages me to go for walks. And reminds me of my childhood and all that fun
you're going
stuff.
On an adventure.
And exactly. It's funny you say that because from Grizzly over there, about 3 times a week, I get a text message from Grizzly that says, "Would you like to go on a Pokemon adventure with me?" And then usually my answer is, "Yeah, why not?" You know? So then we go walk up and down our main street with all the rest of the prostitutes, and we get ourselves a whole.
They're catching them all too.
Those little kids aren't prostitutes.
The prostitutes are catching them all too. The prostitutes are catching them all.
All the STDs.
Catching them all.
Pokemon.
Yeah, and here's the other thing. There's one problem I have with Pokemon Go, and that is the tracking, or the lack thereof. It is the buggiest damn thing in the world, man. And also, to be able to find Pokemon in the proper or appropriate geographic locations is bullshit. I catch the majority of my water Pokemon behind the Dickie's barbecue on Main.
Well, because they're cooking fish.
There's no water there. There's no water there, but it smells like barbecue sauce.
It does.
It's kind of nice. Yeah, but that's my biggest frustration there's something called the 3-step glitch that was prominent through the majority of the first few weeks of Pokemon Go's existence. Now, the 3-step glitch consisted of what was supposed to happen was when a Pokemon showed up on your near me list, you can click on the Pokemon, it would go to your tracking. Now, once it was on the tracking, it would show 3, 2, or 1 steps, or paw prints. And that would dictate how far away you were. Now, all Pokemon, for the longest time, were 3 steps. I kept waiting and waiting for them to fix this bug. And now, okay, you guys can all vouch for me on this, but they have removed the steps altogether. Yep. There is now essentially 0 tracking for these Pokemon. You get a list of things that are quote-unquote near you, and then you walk around completely aimlessly until one of them happens to pop up, or it doesn't. I've walked around for hours looking for my first goddamn Rhyhorn.
Do you walk in the grass?
I wanted that fucking Rhyhorn. There is no tall grass. I live in a goddamn city. If there's tall grass, the fire department's already quarantined it off and
You're not
ticketed the
doing
owner.
it right then. I'm probably the only one in this group that hasn't played the game.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I'm one of the hookers
donkey.
on the street. Okay, I'm catching them all. Are there any stories between you three gentlemen that you might want to tell? We'll start. This time we will start off with Grizzly.
The one reason why I downloaded this game, the one reason, is because I wanted a fucking Snorlax. All I wanted.
Snorlax.
I get home from a Snorlax. I get home from a nice little adventure with Dred, and lo and behold, there's a Snorlax in my driveway. I throw it a berry. All right, cool. I throw a Great Ball. It hits the Great Ball away and then runs. I got outran by a freaking Snorlax. Since they did this update, I've had 3 Pokemon that I did not have that I wanted to catch run away from me. Before the update, I did not have a single one run away from me.
How do you get outran by a Snorlax?
The meth. That's all I can think of. Meth.
And the Snorlax, if it's anything, is Japanese, so you didn't stand a chance.
Fuck you! Ran off. You'll never catch me.
Okay, and I've got one more gripe, okay? The first egg I get is a 10-kilometer egg. I walk around thinking, it's going to be a freaking awesome
Turn that
Pokemon.
shit to a dog.
It's going to have a high CP. It hatches, right? It is a CP-28 Chansey. Yes, you heard me right, a Chansey.
Don't know what to say about that one.
Okay, so let's run this down though. Chansey is one of the top 10 rarest Pokemon in the game though. It's number 7. It's number 7 on the top 10 list of rarest Pokemon. The fact that it was a CP-28, yeah, that blows. Sorry, bud.
But here's the thing. I put every single candy that I got when I hatched that Chansey, put every single candy into that Chansey. It is now a CP-256 with more health than most 2,500 Pokemon. It has 255 HP. No, okay, so I hatched that on a Pokemon adventure, right? Part our ways, I get home, go into the bathroom. Hey, I'm gonna open up Pokemon Go, see if there's anything around. Freaking Chansey sitting on my freaking toilet paper.
Was it looking at you like awkwardly, like, dude, I'm trying to take a shit?
It was. So I caught it, and then I transferred it immediately because I was pissed.
You're like, dude, at least it wasn't the Snorlax watching you take a shit, like, mockingly.
I probably would have tried to punch the wall or something.
Just so I could see that. Oh, you tried to catch me earlier? Ha ha ha! I own your toilet paper.
It runs. My toilet paper just vanishes.
I take your toilet paper. You fuck now.
Just like a brown smear mark across the wall as it's running away.
So okay, Dred, what is one of your stories?
Raichu.
Raichu. What about Raichu?
So me and Mr. Grizzly McBee are walking down the sidewalk on our Main Street Pokemon adventure, and we hear a bunch of kids go, "Look, it's a Raichu! It's a Raichu!" So we walked briskly
stole it from him?
there. No, it's available for everybody. That's the misconception. If one person sees this, chances are everybody can catch the damn thing. So for a limited period of time for the spawn. So we all walk up to this group of kids and other adults and a whole bunch of people, man, around catching this fucking Raichu. Mr. McBee over there Grizzly had himself a, what was yours? In the 100.
Let's see, let me find it because I haven't done shit with it. It is a 245.
He had a 245 Raichu.
Okay.
And he doesn't even have Great Balls yet. I click on this fucking Raichu, and it's a CP-86, CP-80 Raichu. And I'm like, oh, all right, well, you know what? I'll get the experience for catching it. It's one I haven't got yet. This will be great. It's an evolved form of a starter Pokemon. It's going to be epic. I get my Great Ball out, throw that fucker a berry, do a nice little arc shot, hit the bastard. Boom, caught him. Shakes once, shakes twice, poof, pops out. Throw another Great Ball, hit the fucker. Shakes a couple times, pops back out. Fine. Give it another berry. CP-80 son of a bitch, quit fucking with me. Throw a Great Ball. Throw another Great Ball. It keeps popping out. Eventually, I missed like 3 times. I started getting frustrated. At this point, CP 80, give me a goddamn break. 18 or 19 great balls, and approximately 8 or 9 berries later, it runs away. And this son of I'm sitting there. I'm like, pissed.
And the kids are looking at you.
I look over at McBride. I didn't give a shit. Their parents could kiss my ass. And I look over at McBride, and McBride goes, I caught mine with my 5th Pokeball. 245. And I'm like,
now, mind you, after talking with all the people that were around there, Dred was the highest level there. Mm-hmm. I was the lowest, and I caught the highest CP.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, I am currently 19 right now.
Now, here's a question before I move on to Gambit. Can you trade Pokemon?
That is supposed to be coming out with the next
Okay,
update.
Okay. So, Gambit, give us your story.
I got a few.
Well, give us one for now, and then we're gonna go around we're gonna do this like a kumbaya.
All right, so
This is not my most proudest moment of any video game session ever. So I get the game, I upload it, I'm super psyched. I'm at work, mind you. Now, again, I work at a game store, so it's kind of acceptable for me to be playing this game at work. It's not like I'm an accountant with billions of dollars of money. Anyways, so now I loaded up the night before, so I loaded up midnight when it was available. At 9 in the morning when I got to work, I was lucky enough to get into the servers.
Yeah.
And I'm playing my game. Well, my local store, every 30 minutes we get 6 Pokemon. It's pretty fucking sweet.
Okay.
Me and my coworker were playing for about an hour, and we've caught all of our local Pokemon. Now, I didn't realize that there's a timer set for Pokemon, so when they respawn, it's a timer. So, for instance, my local area, we get 6 Pokemon every 30 minutes. You're gonna get, most of the time, Rattata, Pidgeys, and Sparrows at my local place. However, once every 2 hours, it's either gonna be an Abra, an Eevee, or Electric Buzz. There also is an Ekans that comes every now and again. If it's the morning, or Ekans, if it's the morning, it's Drowsy, and if it's late at night, and if it's midday, it's Pikachu. Now, mind you, I'm level 4. I did not know about the whole I could catch a Pokemon, he could catch a Pokemon, same thing.
So you guys were fighting over it?
No, this is not it's not my proudest moment. It wasn't a fight. So me and my coworker were standing there, and I come out of the bathroom, and I just got done, and I'm zipping up, and he's like, dude, you won't believe what just appeared. And I was like, what? I open my phone. It's a fucking Abra. It's my first Abra. I want an Abra because I love Abra. I love Alakazam. I love Abra. I love Kadabra.
Yes,
I love
good
Alakazam.
Pokemon.
Yeah, I was like, fuck yeah, I gotta get this. My buddy goes, I'm gonna get it first. I looked at him with hatred and malice in my eyes. I reached back to heaven and I pimp smacked his phone to the ground.
You don't even play fair, bitch. You didn't even have to do that. You just fight. You fight. What the fuck? What the fuck, Gambit?
So I'm not proud of this. So I pimp slap his phone. I spin shot the Abra and I get it. And then I gloat as he's on the ground on his knees. And I go, who's got the Abra now, bitch?
Who's got it? I hope to God someone walked in the store and saw that and just like went, what the fuck am I looking at?
But then he picks up his phone and goes, oh, the Abra's still here. The Abra's still here. And he said it kind of aggressively, and he looks up at me, and there's that moment where I was...
Don't do it, fuck. Do it.
So we caught eye contact, and he's giving me this look like, you didn't need to hit my phone out of my hand. Where's my apology? And I'm sitting there like, fuck, I play to win, bitch. I gotta be the very best.
Oh, God.
So I'm not proud of the moment, but it happened, and I own up to it.
So the moral to that story is, if there's a game that if you're playing a game with Gambit, he's gonna cheat.
I wouldn't say it's cheating. I would just say it's giving
You're
myself
gonna
a
do what the
strategic
fuck
edge.
you have to do to get what you want. Horrible.
Yeah, that's not cheating.
Fucking Abra.
Yeah,
I'd do the same thing.
I'd have threw his phone like across the room.
Now, this one's a little shorter, so I can tell us real quick. There's another moment where me and him, after we found out all about that, Pikachu's a cunt rag.
Well, an electric cunt rag.
Right. I'm not a big Pikachu fan. It's not my favorite Pokemon. I don't give a shit. But when I play Pokemon, I have to collect them because bitches love Pikachu.
The panties drop for Pikachu.
So, yeah, instantly.
Squirtle.
Yeah, or Squirtle. Now that Pokemon Go came out, I'll hold the story for the next round, but it's I got to use one of my favorite lines. But anyways, quick story. I'm sitting at work. My phone buzzes. I look down to see what Pokemon happens to be buzzing out. It's a Pikachu, but he's just outside my little radar bubble. My heart reverts back to my 10-year-old self. And in front of customers and my guest, I went, "Oh, Pikachu!" and I ran out the door.
I wish I was there to see that.
I walked back in, and luckily it was all my regulars, so it wasn't really any real customers. It was just guys who were hanging out playing Pokemon Go with me. But all of them went. When I walked back in, they all just went.
Yes.
So the last adventure that Dred and I went on, there's a freaking pincer, right? One of our friends has a pincer. She'll put it in a gym and it will annihilate a 1600 anything. It's just a freaking tank, and it's only it's like a 700 pincer, 800 pincer. Dred catches his. I go to click on it. Finally pops up. CP27. Freaking pissed. I didn't even give it a berry. I just caught it with a freaking Pokemon.
Not bad.
I just get the crappiest luck catching
so
good
you'll find a good Pokemon, and that particular Pokemon just won't have a very good CP.
That
You're
Pokemon
cursed,
will
man.
be shit.
You're cursed.
Yes.
Speaking of Pokeballs and curses, does anybody have a theory on what a Pokeball is? How does it work?
Torture device.
It's like a BDSM device for Pokemon.
No, if I was gonna actually speak scientifically, So here's my theory on it. It's basically a matter rearranger and condenser at the same time. So basically, think like a transporter from Star Trek. So it takes your atoms, it breaks it down to the molecular level, and then shoots it into the ball where it rearranges it in the proper order, but keeps it shrunk. So really, inside that ball is probably bitches and hoes in a swimming pool. So they're not having a bad time.
Your theory is partially correct, based on the science that I've researched on it, because I needed to know. I needed to know what a Pokeball was, and if this technology could ever exist. Now, we know from science and physics that if something shrinks, it keeps its mass.
Okay.
For example, if I catch a 2,000-pound Rhyhorn and it shrinks down and it's inside my Pokeball, guess what? That motherfucker still weighs 2,000 pounds. So all these 12-year-olds running around with these belt full of Pokeballs, which they would have to be gods. Since I assume that these little children in the Pokemon universe aren't gods, it's got to be something else going on, right? Okay, so from my research, it would appear that the Star Trek transporter analogy is actually pretty correct. All right, what people are theorizing from a physics standpoint is that this is essentially a matter disassembler. It will disassemble their matter and convert it into energy, just like, say, a Star Trek transporter would, essentially killing the Pokemon. It then converts the matter into electrical energy, including the Pokemon's electrical impulses within the brain, i.e. its memory. It then stores these electrical impulses within the ball into a computer chip. Now, when the ball is thrown and the Pokemon is released, the essentially remove the Higgs boson particles and everything that made it matter. All right? As soon as it hits the ground or whatever it is to summon this Pokemon, it then rearranges the code and puts it back and converts it back into matter, complete with memory and all. But this is a completely new Pokemon, different from the one that originally went into the ball. It's just, for that Pokemon, no time has passed.
It's a death machine.
No time has passed, and it has no idea. It is exactly it.
It's a death machine.
Ball. They should rename them Death Balls.
Okay, so real quick, do you think the Japanese actually thought about that crap before they made the game?
No.
No.
It's magic.
Okay, so then why does it have to be so freaking different? Exactly, it's magic.
It's magic. Well, this is another one of those situations where magic, where the forces turn into metachlorians. They have to explain it and be very fucking
Goddamn Klingons.
We already know.
Wait a minute. Are you implying that the Klingons use the Force?
They would be Sith at that point.
Yeah,
the Force has nothing to do with magic. That's just badassery.
That's just badassery.
Badassery. Okay. I just thought there for a second you mistook Star Trek and Star Wars.
I think that's why he said that. It was a joke, but yeah.
Where did you get Star Wars from Klingon? That's what I want to know.
We were talking about the Force and that being converted into midi-chlorians, and you said, "Goddamn Klingon."
So there was a proud moment for me where, and now it's not my line, admittedly, because nothing is my line. I don't have an original thought in my fucking head. I just hear really smart and funny people say shit, and I just rip it off. That's pretty much what I do. Except for ass hats. That was mine long before Deadpool, and I think Wild can attest to that.
I believe it.
I have 3 things that are specifically mine when it comes to insults. That's ass hat, douche cookie, and asshole casserole. 7 layers of ass.
Yeah, you know what I got?
Yeah,
You know what I got? Feathery duck boobies.
Feathery duck boobs. So
Hashtag feathery duck boobies.
So there's this. So as we talked about with Pokemon Go being a wonderful thing for society in general, because it's been getting more and more people out and about, especially adults. Case in point, I went out to a bar to celebrate a great moment in my life that just happened recently, which I'm pretty fucking psyched about. It did. Actually, it was just the left. It was just the left one. The right one descended a long time ago.
That makes sense.
So I decided to go out with a bunch of my friends, and I decided to go out, and we're celebrating. So we go to the bar. Now we go to a bar, mind you, 21 and over to get into a bar, at least in the state of Colorado. So we're in the bar, we're hanging out, we're chilling. And I look around outside on the patio, and everybody, and I mean everybody, is playing Pokemon Go. Then I spot this really fine bitch. Like the kind of fine bitch where you don't really want to look at her directly because it's like looking into the sun. She's so fine.
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, I gotta talk to this bitch. But you know what? Every guy's been trying to talk to this bitch. I gotta come up with something clever. And I'm a pretty fairly clever individual. So I noticed she was playing Pokemon Go. So I walk up to her very calmly. And I don't offer to buy a drink because that's just tacky.
Don't offer to give her anything for exchange for conversation.
No. So I walked up to her. I was like, "Hey, do you mind if I stick my Diglett in your Butterfree to you, Squirtle?"
I don't know if I should be fucking horrified from that, or
impressed.
A part of me is super proud of you for doing the nerdy sexual reference to that.
Well, we have to know what happened. I mean, this is I'm in suspense right now.
So she chuckles and goes, "That's a new one," and I went, "Yeah, just like my dick. It's brand new to you." That's probably where I lost her.
If I slap you with my Pokeballs, will I catch you?
Now, mind you, it was all funny and down there. She chuckled slightly at the second joke, and then we start talking. And then I find out that this girl has been playing Pokemon since Yellow, not since Red or Blue, which is a little bit of a disappounment, but since Yellow, which is
it's still pretty long
badass.
time ago. Yeah.
Now again, because I'm an old school person and I'm a douche cookie. I was like, yeah, I bet you name 15 Pokemon. She proceeded to name every Pokemon in order alphabetically.
Did she do the Poke Rap?
No, but I was so impressed that I was like, I gotta buy you, all your drinks are on me tonight. All of them.
So you walked up with a premise of impressing her, and it turned out that her nerd premise impressed you.
Yeah, she gave me a nerd boner.
How many?
All of them. All of them.
All 10 nerd boners just erupted from your mind.
Another one. Alphabetical order.
Alphabetical order. Oh, there's just so many. Well, let's talk about the negative press that Pokemon Go is getting. I mean, everyone's read a little bit of bad stuff about Pokemon Go. You know, there was that one article where this lady was playing Pokemon Go and she found a dead body. I mean, she straight walked right into a dead body, and you know, who does that in this situation? She did. So, you know, that's kind of a traumatic thing.
Now, I will say, on a serious note, though, one of the worst things I've heard about the negative side of Pokemon Go is people are actually setting up Pokestops, the lures, and then robbing people when they get there.
Stabbed.
It's like, and I'm like, that's just, why you gotta be a douche cookie? Like, why do you gotta be that guy?
Take something,
or that girl.
With any situation, any great thing that someone comes out with, someone's got to take it and be negative and make something really bad about it. And it's
okay. So speaking of setting up lures to try to rob people, I shit you not, Dred and I were walking down Main Street talking about the fact that you know, it would be hilarious if we turned a corner to get one of these Pokestops, and there's some dude standing there, you know, getting ready to rob the next person that comes around that corner, sees us, and turns around and runs. And what happened at the very next corner? What happened, Dred?
What happened? I don't remember.
He just killed his story, Dred. What the fuck, man? He's like relying on you. You're his fucking wingman, and bro, you dropped the fucking ball right there.
Oh, I don't remember. We didn't rehearse this. I don't remember anything. I'm sorry.
We didn't need to rehearse it because it actually freaking happened.
Okay, well.
I understand, but you could have said, "Remember that time that this happened?" And I would have been like, "Oh yeah."
Dude, it was like less than a week ago.
Grizzly?
He turned the corner and this dude on a bike started riding towards us, immediately turned around and took off and dipped down an alley.
I didn't put any thought into that whatsoever. I do remember that. He was wearing flip-flops on a mountain bike. I thought that was weird. But I didn't put any thought into that.
He was wearing flip-flops on a mountain bike.
So initially, Dred, this is what happened. He just made like a big story, which was probably a big thing in his mind, and you didn't give a fuck about it. You didn't even notice.
I didn't care. I'm like,
you didn't even notice.
We were talking.
Hashtag flip-flops on a mountain bike.
This is why people get robbed, Dred. This is why people get robbed. People don't pay attention except for flip-flops on a fucking mountain bike.
I saw the guy. If he came at me, I would have took his bike and hit him with
it. He's not concerned. It's he sees a guy pedaling it. Flip-flops on a mountain bike.
How are you gonna tell the cops you got robbed?
Like,
What the cops will be like, what'd the guy look like? He had flip-flops and he was riding a mountain bike. I don't know. You know, at least we know Grizzly's got you covered. He's like, oh, he's about 5'10". He's like, oh, flip-flops.
This is what I know. I know that if he came at me and on his mountain bike, he wouldn't have been leaving with the mountain bike. He would have had a hard time running from me.
He'd have probably had the mountain bike up his ass between the two of them.
No, heck, we would have hatched all of our eggs. We'd have just been riding that mountain bike.
What probably happened was he's like, I'm gonna stab these guys. And he's like, wait a second, I'm wearing flip-flops. I can't run away. What? You just focused on the flip-flops out of everything. It's just so funny.
He's like, I'm gonna steal the phone of the next kid that comes around the corner.
Kids.
Then he sees a 6'2", 350-pound dude and a short, balding dude with a big beard.
They weren't kids.
And he's like, yeah, you know what? I gotta put these flip-flops to work and pedal this mountain bike.
Well, I'm glad you guys didn't get stabbed.
That offends me. I am somebody's kid.
So I'm glad you guys didn't get stabbed. But yeah, there's a lot of negative, not necessarily negative about it, because I think personally, even though I haven't played it, I think personally the app itself is an amazing app. I want a nerd boner from each one of you on this app. We'll start with Dred.
I gotta say, it's about 7 nerd boners.
Okay,
Absolutely.
7 nerd boners out of 10. So we'll go with Grizzly since you're the other guest.
Give me a Snorlax and I'll give you a 10. Right now it's about an 8.
Okay, so you're desperate for a Snorlax.
That's all I want. You give me a Snorlax, I will delete the game. That's all there is to it.
What the fuck's the point of that?
I just want a frickin' Snorlax.
I can just see him. So I just see him sitting on your fucking toilet paper roll. Fuck you, Grizzly. So Gambit, give me your score, buddy.
just as an app, I'd give it a good solid 7. It was a little buggy at first. They fixed a lot of the glitches thanks to a lot of the fans, which is never a bad thing, and every app is going to have its bugs, so I forgive it. But it's a solid 7. As a game itself, and for what it's doing for America and Pokemon fans, it's a solid fucking 9.
That's a good score.
It's a 9 nerd boner because it's so great, because it just harkens back to red and blue and yellow and all the things that we loved about Pokemon and what made Pokemon so fucking popular. And it's really funny too, because people were like, oh, so all these adults playing Pokemon. Well, you guys forget to realize that, first of all, Pokemon's target audience is kids between the ages of 8 to 12 years old. When Pokemon first came out, everybody between the ages of 29 and 33 were the target audience. So now when this game comes out, they're harking back to that, and that's why all these adults are playing. People are like, I can't believe all these adults are playing it. What do you mean you can't believe all these adults are playing it? All these adults 20 years ago were the 10-year-olds that were fucking playing it, getting made fun of by their adult parents going, why the fuck are they playing Pokemon? So it's the same thing happening now. People are like, oh, these adults playing Pokemon, I don't get it. Yeah, you didn't get it then, 20 years ago, you don't get it fucking now. You can eat a dick-shaped lollipop.
So, I personally think the game, you know, being an outsider, I haven't played it. I've watched people play it. I have friends that played, obviously. I think that it's an amazing game. I think it's a wonderful concept. Thank you guys for making it. You know, this is my vocal to the fellows who did the game. Great idea, great premise. It's great for us to get out. It's good for us to get out and walk around a little bit and see the world again. It kind of brings out what we were when we were a kid, because what would we do when we were kids? We explored. We wanted to explore. We wanted to have those adventures, and it's great to be an adult and to have that back. So, with that being said, I'm Wildfire1, and I'm here with
Gambit as always.
I'm Dred.
And I'm Grizzly.
Goodbye. I want everyone to stay nerdy and to stay sexy.